What happens after Pope Francis dies? Welcome to Stories of Faith, where we retell the most profound stories of faith throughout human history. Today, we embark on a unique journey, not just into the sacred rituals of an ancient tradition, but into a deeper reflection on power, legacy, and transformation within the global Catholic Church. What truly happens after the death of Pope Francis? What mysterious ceremonies await? And who will be entrusted with the enormous mission of succeeding him? Let us explore this sacred story from beginning to end. As the white smoke slowly fades into the sky above Vatican City, it signals more than just the election of a new pope. It marks a new chapter for the entire Catholic world, the beginning of a post-Francis era, after more than a decade of impactful leadership. On April 21, 2025, at the age of 88, Pope Francis, the first pope from Latin America, passed away. His death not only closed a papacy marked by humility and reform, but also opened a period filled with anticipation, uncertainty, and deep questions about the Church's future. Francis was more than the head of the Vatican. He was a symbol of a new direction for the Church, one that spoke boldly for social justice, fought inequality, protected the environment, and championed interfaith dialogue. To many, he was the Pope of the poor, a bridge between the Church and those on the margins of society. But to some conservative groups, he had gone too far from tradition. Upon his death, the Vatican enters a special period known as Sede Vacante, meaning, the seat is vacant. During this time, the Church has no supreme leader. The key figure during this transition is the Camerlengo, in this case, Cardinal Kevin Farrell, who confirms the Pope's death, seals his private quarters, oversees the temporary administration of Vatican assets, and performs the symbolic ritual of breaking the ring of the fisherman, the emblem of papal authority, to prevent forgeries and officially end the pontificate. Immediately after comes a series of deeply sacred and ancient funeral rites. Since the Middle Ages, a papal funeral has been one of the Church's most solemn and mysterious ceremonies. Traditionally, a 9-day mourning period called Novembriales is observed, during which daily masses are held in the Vatican, drawing millions of faithful, as well as heads of state, interfaith representatives, and the global media. Pope Francis' body is placed in a simple wooden casket lined with zinc, a departure from the traditional 3 coffins, reflecting his lifelong humility. Inside the casket lies a pouch containing coins minted during his pontificate, and a document known as the Rogito, which records his biography, accomplishments, and legacy. His casket rests in St. Peter's Basilica, where the public can pay respects, pray, and say farewell. At this moment, the Vatican takes on a solemn and sacred atmosphere, as if the world slows down to honor a man who bore witness to God's love and justice with unwavering devotion. The official funeral usually occurs between the 4th and 6th day after his passing. It is a grand ceremony attended by most cardinals, representatives from nations around the world, and high-ranking clergy. Following the funeral, Pope Francis is laid to rest in the Basilica of St. Mary Major, a personal choice that reflects simplicity, depth, and a conscious departure from extravagance. Yet, with the funeral come questions. Some on social media speculate whether the Vatican withheld information about the Pope's declining health in his final months. Rumors had surfaced as early as May 2025, yet no official statement was made. While there's no clear evidence, this reflects the public's growing demand for transparency in the digital age. Once the funeral concludes, the focus shifts to one of the most crucial and mysterious rites of the Church, the Papal Conclave, the election of a new pope. Approximately 15 to 20 days after the Pope's death, 138 cardinals under the age of 80, including 110 appointed by Francis himself, enter the Sistine Chapel, completely cut off from the outside world. They vote, up to 4 times a day, until consensus is reached. After each vote, the ballots are burned with chemicals. Black smoke signals no result. White smoke brings joyful news: a new pope has been elected. When the white smoke rises, the words, "Habemus Papam," "We have a pope," will echo from the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, marking a new beginning. This time, thanks to the unprecedented diversity among the cardinals, the world may witness a historic moment: the the first pope from Africa or Asia. Notable candidates include Cardinal Peter Turkson of Ghana, known for his advocacy for justice, Cardinal Luis Tagle of the Philippines, beloved for his closeness to the poor, and Cardinal Pietro Parolin, a seasoned diplomat and Vatican insider. Still, no one can predict the outcome. In history, some conclaves have lasted years, such as the nearly 3-year election of Pope Gregory X due to disputes. Today, ideological divisions between reformists and traditionalists may lead to a tense and complex election. The legacy of Pope Francis, with his bold reforms in social matters, climate advocacy, and inclusion, may inspire many cardinals. Yet others, like Cardinal Peter Erdo of Hungary, representing the traditionalist wing, may push to return the Church to its ancient values. During the interregnum, the Camerlengo and cardinals managed the Church's operations, but with limited authority, to avoid major decisions that could destabilize the Church. Still, this period is a chance for the Vatican to demonstrate unity, careful preparation, and crisis leadership. The death of Pope Francis marks a turning point. It is not only the loss of a leader, but a moment for the global Church to reflect: will it uphold tradition, or courageously embrace renewal? With over 1.39 billion believers, the decision of who becomes the next pope is not just an internal Church matter, it's a global concern. A pope from Africa may focus on poverty and ethnic conflict. A pope from Asia may lead interreligious dialogue. In a divided world, the moral voice of the Vatican could become more crucial than ever. And when the final plume of white smoke rises above St. Peter's Square, the world won't just learn the name of a new pope, it will sense the direction of one of the oldest, most powerful, and mysterious institutions in human history. After this momentous and emotional event, the biggest question remains: how will the legacy of Pope Francis continue to shape the lives of more than 1 billion believers? Will his spirit of reform, compassion, and courage endure, or be replaced by a more cautious, conservative approach? Issues such as the role of women in the Church, the rights of minorities, interfaith dialogue, and internal moral crises will all challenge the new pope. In this digital age, where news spreads instantly and trust is fragile, Francis' successor will need exceptional strength to protect the faith while opening hearts to a rapidly changing world. The world is watching. For many countries, especially where Catholicism is one of many coexisting religions, electing a dialogue-oriented pope could ease religious tensions and build cultural bridges. Pope Francis' historic visits to South Sudan, Iraq, and Myanmar were not just diplomatic gestures, they were bold statements that the Church is present everywhere, regardless of geography, ethnicity, or tradition. From ancient cathedrals in Europe to minority communities in Asia, from hidden believers in the Middle East to devoted Catholics in Latin America, all eyes are watching. Every person, every nation places their own hope on the shoulders of the next pope. Part 11, Conclusion, a historical crossroad. So, what truly happens after Pope Francis dies? It's more than rituals, more than white smoke, or secret ballots. It is a historic moment, a crossroad at which the Catholic Church must choose to boldly renew itself and draw closer to humanity today, or return to the traditional mold preserved for centuries. The answer doesn't lie only in the name of the new pope. It lies in how the Church walks forward after the funeral, in how believers receive Francis' legacy, and in the moral voice the Vatican continues to offer the world. Call to action, ending of the video. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to click like to help spread the message of faith, subscribe so you won't miss the next powerful story, and leave a comment to share your thoughts below. Let's build a community that cherishes the Word of God, a place where each video becomes a journey that touches the heart. May you have a peaceful and blessed day.